Okay. And we hit got it. Hello and welcome to Daily Meditation Online, hosted by the Buddhist Studies Institute, founded by Pema Chondro. During the season of practice, daily meditation will be live streamed to our YouTube channel and Facebook page. You are welcome to join us any day or every day. We are so happy that you are joining us today. My name is Pam. I'm going to be your host today. And we are joined with Michael, who is in our current meditation instructor class through the Buddhist Studies Institute. And he will be doing a calm abiding meditation for about 20 minutes today. And then I will read one of the 5 precepts. And then our meeting will end. For those Buddhist Studies membership institute or members of the Buddhist Studies Institute, please feel free to hang on to into the Zoom chat or into the Zoom line, and we will catch up after that meeting. So with no more further ado, the link is pasted into the chat. So Michael, I am going to turn this over to you.
Excellent. Thank you, Pam. Thank you so much for coming today. Happy New Year, and whatever that particularly entails for you today. I'm Michael. I think everybody here knows me, although there may be people out there in Facebook and YouTube world that we are unaware of that are onlooking today. But so I will be guiding you in a calm abiding meditation this afternoon, and we begin all of our practices at Buddhist Studies Institute with the refuge prayer. We can place our hands at heart center. You guys can join me. I take refuge in the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha. I take refuge in the Lama, the Yidam, and the Khandro. I take refuge in the channels, winds, centers, and their nature, the bodhicitta. I take refuge in complete openness, lucid presence, and compassion. Ho, mesmerized by the sheer variety of appearances, which are like the illusory reflections of the moon and water. Beings wander endlessly astray in samsara's vicious cycle, in order that they might find comfort and ease in the luminosity and all-pervading space of the true nature of their minds. I generate the immeasurable love, compassion, joy, and equanimity of the awakened mind, the heart of bodhicitta. Sentient beings are numberless. I train in order to free them. Delusions are inexhaustible. I train in order to transform them. Reality is boundless. I train in order to realize it. The awakened way is unsurpassable. I train in order to embody it. Excellent. So we'll establish our seat. Many of you know how to establish a proper 7-point posture. We sit with our hips a little bit higher than our knees, with our right leg in front of our left leg, feet on opposing thighs, or just simply crossed in front of you. And if you're using a chair, make sure you're tucked all the way back and your feet are flat and supplanted nice and firm on the ground. Today we're going to warm up our practice with just a couple double exhales. We'll do a few double exhales. We'll take a deep breath in, and we will breathe all the air out. And when we feel like we've almost breathed all the air out, we can kind of tuck our navel toward our spine and just push out some of that excess air. And again, we breathe in deeply. We breathe all the way out until all of the air feels like it's gone from our lungs. And at that point, we just tuck our belly button toward our spine to push out some excess air. Let's do this 3 times. And once you've exhaled on your third breath, we're going to establish our posture now. We establish our seat as before with our hips above our knees, one leg in front of the other. We straighten our spine, coming up to our neck, and we tuck our chin in ever so slightly just to keep our neck in line with our spine. And to help us in this posture, we can imagine a thin thread that's rising right from the crown of our heads, kind of helping us establish this nice elongated spine and neck. And we come down to our eyes. With our eyes, we keep a soft gaze out in front of us, about 1 to 2 feet on the ground. Our jaw is unclenched and our tongue is touching the roof of the mouth, just right behind the front teeth. Our lips are lightly parted. They can also be softly touching. Just make sure that your jaw is nice and relaxed. Our bellies and our abdomen are soft, and our hands can rest with our palms up on our thighs or our palms down on our thighs in the gesture of equanimity, thumbs touching or not. The method that we're going to employ today for calm abiding practice will be the Om Ah Hung method. In the Om Ah Hung method, we recite internally Om as we inhale, and at the top of the breath, held ever so slightly, we recite internally Ah, and as we exhale, we recite internally Hum. So once again, with the Om Ah Hum method of calm abiding meditation, on our inhales, with an internal mantra, we say Om, and at the top of the breath, held ever so slightly, we recite internally Ah, and as we exhale, we recite internally with an internal mantra, Home. And this is the method that you're going to come back to if you get lost or distracted throughout your practice this afternoon. And I will also gently remind you during the practice of the method in case you have gotten a bit distracted. Once again, we are using the Om Ah Hung method. When we inhale, we recite internally Om. At the top of the breath, we recite internally Ah. And as we exhale, we recite internally Om. And we will meditate just like this for about the next 20 minutes. We may begin. This is just a gentle reminder that we're using the Om Ah Hung method for calm abiding today. On our inhales, we incite internally Om at the top of the breath. We incite internally Ah, and as we exhale, we will recite internally Hum. Okay, we can slowly begin to drop the method and rest for a few moments in a free meditative state. Just allowing your awareness to come over you. As you lose your soft gaze and become aware of your body, become aware of your mind. Just sitting here for just a few moments. And we can place our hands at heart center and dedicate the practice. May the teachings of the Buddha spread and flourish. May all beings be happy and joyful. May the Dharma be practiced day and night. May the benefit for self and other be fully accomplished.
Thank you so much, Michael. That was lovely. Today's precept, I'm going to read number 2. Do not take what has not been given. I avoid taking what is not freely given. I exert to avoid depriving others through my presence in this world, to avoid exploitation of others, and to avoid squandering resources. I avoid misusing the time and generosity of others. I avoid misusing my authority or status, and I respect the autonomy, needs, and rights of others. I avoid robbing others of meaning and value by respecting others' perspectives and religious beliefs. I avoid taking advantage of others' generosity and laziness or carelessness. I exert to educate myself on issues of racism, sexual abuse, colonialism, environmental destruction, animal cruelty, and other issues of exploitation in order to use my time and my life to further respect the dignity of myself, others, and the earth. I take responsibility to help when help is needed, helping according to my capacity. I resolve to be a giver more than a taker. I commit myself to contribute generously to everything I am connected to. I bring the spirit of service, sharing, giving, forgiving, and inclusivity to my activities. Recognizing the innate richness in myself and others, I train to live in a gracious attitude of hospitality and altruism. So I want to thank everyone for being here today. I have added to the chat, more information about the Buddhist Studies Institute and Dakini Mountain. And thank you all for practicing together. You can find out more information about upcoming programs and events on the links that I provided. Again, this meditation happens daily online with certified meditation instructors, and you are welcome to attend any day and every day. I will now end the live stream for participants on YouTube and on Facebook. Thank you so much, our friends out there, for joining us.